episode of the Rad Gaming Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Insane Superhero. With me, as always, is...
the black guy you know, a.k.a. Killer Savage.
Yes.
And we also have...
Pescador, which is going to take K Savage because he is not using it, so Pescador, a.k.a. K Savage.
I lost the legal battle. He won all the custody of the whole name.
Ken, you can have K Savage on the weekends. I just got to take it during the week. It's fine.
I am the abandoned father.
Canceled. All right. Listen.
Canceled. That's it.
Listen, I'm excited about this topic, so I'm literally going to hop right into it. There's no easy way to segue into this, but Total War Warhammer 3 was just announced for 2021, and I'm super excited about this game. K Savage and I are actually having a conversation before the podcast, and I looked at my hours that I put into Total War Warhammer 2, it's a lot. It's bad.
He literally just gave up his soul for this game.
I did. It's terrible. I have literally 293 hours put into Total War Warhammer 2, so I think I have a right to be a little excited about Warhammer 3. I really do.
I see that. You're going to go back to not having a life, man.
What are you back to? I never had one to begin with.
It sounds like right now, are you still playing Warhammer 2?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sad to admit, last Thursday, and I know that because my friend and I, we play together, so it's a multiplayer game also. You can play single player or multiplayer, and you can have a campaign together, and we can take over the entire map. It's kind of like a big game of Risk, if you will. If you play with another person, it's really fun.
Word.
But, okay, so if anyone's never played, like, Total War series, of the franchise in general, Total War loves to cater to historical events that happened, obviously. They did Troy Total War, which was free on the Epic Game Store a while back, but now you have to pay for it. But it goes around basically the Greek time where Achilles was main person, Agamemnon was a main Greek individual, but you build armies around them. So they try to you build cities, you build your armies, you go conquer other places and stuff. It doesn't have to happen exactly what happened in history, like some weird barbarian faction can take over Troy. But I'm saying, like, the idea behind it is strategic. Like, it's a strategic kind of game, and you basically take turns. So within a matter of time, you have to do your cities, pull your taxes up, make sure your population is happy, and build an army. So you have to weigh in finances and all that stuff. And it's a really fun game. It's really addicting once you get the hang of it.
If we talked about this before, it plays a lot like Command and Conquer, right? Like that style of game.
Yeah.
What was that? Was that similar to the Halo game that came out? What was the Halo strategy? Am I saying?
Yeah, I mean, battle-wise, yes. Battle-wise, when you fight a battle, it's kind of like that. It's like a top-down look at the battlefield, and you command units to go do certain things, and it's kind of like that. But yeah, and it's a pretty good analogy. But yeah, there's a lot of different things. Like it's like Civ. If you ever play Civilization. Any of that kind of games, it's like that kind of game. But I love Total War Warhammer. It's not based off history at all. It's many different races of elves and rats. They have Skaven, they're called. There's beast men, which are half beast, half man, kind of run around the map and
like a centaur.
Yeah, I mean they have weird different races and things they even have humans, but some humans have magic abilities, some don't. Some people are just I don't know. Each unit has different abilities. So it's Chaos faction has fear. So if they hit your people from the side or something, your people get up super upset and up in arms, and they start to lose basically loyalty
morale to
your leader. Yeah, they start to lose morale. They start to lose loyalty to your leader, and they'll just flee the battlefield. It's a fun strategic game that you need to play if you haven't played it already.
So not only do you have to make a big army, you have to make a happy army.
I mean, kind of, yeah. I mean, you have to make a well-rounded army. I mean, you can't make it all full of pikemen. Pikemen will hold the line. It's getting so into the game. I'm sorry, I'm so excited about this game.
Oh man, I love the passion behind it.
No, but yeah, you have to route around this. So for Warhammer 3, and I don't want to talk about it too much, but obviously just announced that they're really going to focus on the journey that you have in the Chaos realm. They never really did that kind of aspect in the game for any of the other Warhammers. But they're trying to make a huge emphasis on the monsters now. They're pulling in the flying creatures, the magic that you're going to be having. They're pulling in different characters, different races, things like that. So
how long?
I'm really excited about this.
How long does a typical battle? So when you play Warhammer, when you go to like is it like a typical match, or can you lose battles and still maintain the same city and you grow upon? Like, have you had the whole same city for all 200 billion hours?
Everything's different. It doesn't matter. Like, if you lose a battle, it could be outside of your city and you don't lose the city. But like, it just depends. Battles are battles. I mean, I've had battles last like an hour and something before, just because I've had like massive armies fight each other, and it's just like, who will give first? It's a really fun game. If you really like those types of games, I'd really recommend it. But check out the trailer. It's sick. It's like a couple-minute trailer, but it's really cool. Kind of focused around the Chaos faction, but I'm super excited about this game. I have almost 300 hours in Total Warhammer 2 right now, and I guarantee, give me some time, and I'll put 300 hours into Total Warhammer 3.
I can't wait to hear you talk about it all the time. But back to, I had a question earlier though. So, if you have Warhammer 2, is there stuff that's going to be portable to Warhammer 3? With Warhammer 1 to 2, you said there was something, right?
So map. So if you play a map on, if you have Warhammer 2, you have access to obviously the Warhammer 2 map. But if you have Warhammer 1 and 2, you can import that. You can play on both of those maps combined for the campaign map, like the entire thing. So like both of those maps are combined into one map for your campaign. So they incentivize you to get both the Warhammers, and I'm assuming the same thing's going to happen in the third one. So if you have all three maps together, so 1, 2, and 3, you'll probably have a bigger board map.
We interrupt your regular scheduled program to bring you this. Please follow the Rad Gaming Podcast YouTube channel, and also please check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And guess what? We're now getting a TikTok channel. Please check us out on all these platforms at the Rad Gaming Podcast.
Man.
So, this segue right here we're going with. Have you ever used Stadia?
No. It failed off a launch. Why would I use something that stinks like Cyberpunk?
I've heard that they're doing a lot better with it though. I've heard that it's getting better.
Well, I got some bad news for you.
You sold that so well. I mean, you know.
Perfectly, man.
So basically, not even a rumor. Basically, Google kind of shut down one of their gaming studios for Stadia. The guys who literally their first party studios. If y'all don't know what that means, basically means a studio that's in-house, which means, for example, like Santa Monica for Sony, they specifically make games just for Sony. Well, I can't remember what the name is for the actual studios that Google owned, but they basically kind of shut them down, saying, hey, y'all not really doing that no more. Which I already know for a fact that was going to happen due to do you know that new Google Chromecast does not support Stadia? So
yeah,
that right there obviously telling me that Google don't.
It shows you how separated their departments are. If
Yes.
They can't even get their crap together to do something that incorporates everything that they work on in Google. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Well,
I didn't even know that.
I think he's saying that they left Stadia out of the new Google Chrome because they were going to discontinue. They were going to stop supporting.
Most likely, they were just silent.
Foreshadowing.
That too. It's possible. Yeah. Sure.
And that's the thing. That's the thing I will always think about Google. You can always count on Google. It does not matter how many times Google say this. It does not matter. Google will always cancel a product 100% time if they're not going to make the money in the next 5 minutes. If it does not make them money in the next 5 minutes, they're like, yep, it's done. It does not matter how many times they can assure people saying, hey, we're going to see this through. Obviously.
I mean, hey, dude, they didn't have the community built around it. Like, look at Microsoft. Look at Sony. Like, look at all those big gaming companies. They've had stuff. They launched things. They've had that community around them to launch something new, to try something different. You know, like cloud gaming in general, it's tough to start from somewhere that you didn't have a community. I mean, Google has the platform to promote their own stuff, but I feel like they didn't promote correctly. They didn't launch correctly. I feel like the whole ball was dropped on everything gaming wise from Google. I mean, I feel like it could have been so much better right off the start, but they just failed completely.
See, I don't know, because then if you think about it, how there's a lot more hype with Amazon's like cloud streaming service than what Google had. But then,
look at it.
Are you talking about content, or like are you talking about streaming like movies?
No, they have because they're about to release their new their streaming device for gaming.
Yeah, but if you think about it, they have a game community in Twitch. They own Twitch.
Yeah.
So I mean, they have that chunk, is what I'm saying. Like they have that community already there inside of Amazon.
I think also it kind of just killed it too was basically it's that Google branding. That Google branding. If it's a new product, people automatically gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna wait, because that's what my thought process was when Google first released Stadia. The main gripes I was thinking was like, oh, they're not gonna support it for long. That's what I said. I told Max this. I was like, Max, I am not going to even think about looking at Stadia until it's officially 1 year old, when it's actually healthy. And look right now, we're not even at the 1 year mark, and we're like already in rough waters.
We might have hit right at a year, right? We might have hit.
No,
We might have hit right at a year.
No, they had. And Google make their conferences on what, Wednesday? No, Jesus. Oh, in July, I believe. When's Google's conference? Google makes their phone announcements somewhere around Apple, which that's like May or June. So that's like down the line. That's when they release Stadia.
Yeah, I think going back to that, I think that there's not a lot of, I don't know, I'm one that's not into the big mobile gaming. I do know people that have bought the Razer phone specifically for mobile gaming, but all in all, like, I'm just not the type that's going to be any place that needs to pull out a controller and continue my video game in 4K on my phone, you know, wherever I am.
So you just don't, you just don't like cloud gaming in general, then?
I just don't see the need for it unless maybe I was on a road trip. Maybe I was going on a road trip and I was going to be gone for a long time, or, I mean, if you go on a cruise, you basically don't have service anyway, so that wouldn't work there. I don't see a practical use for it. I don't think kids should be sitting at the bus stop sitting there gaming. They should be sitting there wrestling each other and getting in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. You see what I'm saying? But it's crazy, and I don't want to. It's crazy that you bring that up and I bring that up because I'm talking about how I don't really see the need for so much mobile gaming. And one of my topics is that there's a few Japanese companies that are actually looking into worlds like Harry Potter and Game of Thrones to start building that kind of world into mobile gaming. And so I guess the market's there. It's kind of like these people are developing for it, and Google Stadia is shutting down. So Ken, you didn't play Google Stadia. White Kid, you didn't play Google Stadia, so I guess we're three.
I didn't feel the need to.
Yeah, exactly, right. So we're three for three right here. We didn't play it. So
see, I think the main reason I can see why it's there. I don't like it because, like I said, I'm old school. If I want something, I'm going to either build it, which that means a PC, or I'm just going to buy a gaming console, a pre-built PC that's just exclusively for gaming.
Right.
I don't like the idea. Because that's the sale pitch was Stadia. It's like, oh yeah, you don't need a console at all. You just need to log into your browser. I'm like, why? Why would I want that? Like, my internet's like crappy now. Like, it's sketchy now. Why would I just sit there like try to play Mario? Let's be realistic here. Because Nintendo ain't gonna be no part of this.
What's wrong with Mario, man?
We already know, hands down, Nintendo ain't playing that game. Nintendo don't share.
No, they don't.
But no, just imagine playing GTA 6, right? And you're like mid-mission, and then all of a sudden, your character stops moving. Just stops moving. Stop responding.
First off, GTA 6 is about to come out one day. But I understand what you're saying, because right off the rip, dude. Yeah, I know. Right off the rip, though, the latency was a huge issue, and people couldn't even play the game because it was so bad.
Because
I'm just saying, like, I'm looking at it right now. Google Stadia publicly launched in November 19th, 2019.
Yeah.
So, but like, I'm just saying, like, I think it was executed very poorly on Google's behalf, and I feel like Google had everything there to make this concept great, but I feel like they didn't find, like, they were hoping to hit a niche, like, gaming section that wasn't carved out yet, but I think they did it poorly.
See, this is what I think they should have did. I think they shouldn't just half-ass it. They should have did this. They know that this is a stretch. It was a niche market. So what they should have done was they should have had just made a console. Made a console and make that a feature. Make that a feature, and they're like, hey, well, you can do this. You have this little console that can do this job. But here's the cool thing: if it's at home, and you was on a business meeting, or let's be realistic, you trying to go to your friend's house and like play a game, but you don't want to bring your console, dude, just log into Google Chrome and bam, game. You know how much you would be like, oh, that's actually pretty dope.
Can't you already do that through like Steam and stuff?
Steam could do that too, but it's still kind of finicky. But but it works.
I mean, it's cloud-based, so technically you can just stream it, but it's the concept's there. But I agree.
I mean, like, would you be more excited if that was the case though? Like they had their own exclusive console that can do regular console things, but that was its gimmick. Like you can literally log into anything to play it.
But now we're talking about another massive major company coming into the console world to already compete with Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation, PC gaming. You know, and now we throw, like, I don't know how Google would have done that, especially a year ago. They would have had to come out with the next gen console, or they would have fallen greatly behind right off the rip.
And that's possible, but I'm reading right now and I'm wondering, like, what did Google Stadia promise individuals? Because you can play every game that's already been out there, so what? Who cares? I'm saying they didn't really. I mean, they said that they offered them exclusives,
and that was the worst part. See, that's the thing about the exclusives. They had like this one thing called like Kill All Orcs or something. Like that game is not really a good game, but they had Cyberpunk was technically a exclusive for streaming platforms. That was technically the major exclusive they had. But my thing was this, because this is what my problem was. I thought they was going to take the Microsoft approach and just throw money at their problems. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of, because I know technically they're classified into the PC category. They're more leaning heavily to the PC category. And I felt like they was going to get some, like, you know what? We want people to get this. GTA 6 is coming out. Let's make that exclusively for Stadia, for PC only. Here's like $5 cajillion. And that's when I'd be like, oh god, I cannot do gaming no more at that point.
If Grand Theft Auto 6 is announced and gets announced specifically for PC, mark my words, everyone listening and you guys right here, I will get rid of what I have to, and I will beg, borrow, steal. I will kill to get a gaming PC so that I can play.
Exactly.
Grand Theft Auto.
This man out here trying to do Grand Theft Auto in real life to get a Grand Theft Auto game.
I swear, man, I would Grand Theft Auto in real life to play Grand Theft Auto 6.
It takes them 60 years to come out for. They always go console first with anything that Rockstar touches, and then 60 years later they get it for the PC. So you're fine, my man.
You be 100% good.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You got time to kill.
But no, that was a great. Honestly, I think that it was poorly executed, and I think everyone saw that in the gaming world coming. Yeah. Stadia is going to be dropped, to be honest. So
yeah, because it's just Google. You know Google's going to do it. You already know. Google's like, hey, bro, this ain't working. Well, man. They have a whole website. There's a fan website that literally shows you all products that Google either give up or not even came to light.
I might spend a few hours taking a look at it, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you can literally. It's a really cool list. Actually, it's very long too.
I'm sure, man. I mean, it's a multi-billion-dollar company they got their hand in a little bit of everything, dude.
Yep.
can't pretty much do anything or get anything without seeing Google's logo attached to it or having Google in some way, along with all the other ones. But this kind of lets me segue into something that I saw. It looks like they're making the PlayStation 5 controllers and the Xbox, the new Xbox controllers compatible with iOS for mobile gaming.
Word, Apple's finally playing with the crowd now.
No, Apple's been doing awesome
Shocking.
with this. They've been putting you can stream like Apple TV now. It's already just an app on a lot of smart TVs. So like my LG has Apple TV on it now, or I can even do I can do what is it? Apple Share, Apple AirDrop, whatever the hell it is.
Air Share or something like that, I think.
Apple Drop bullshit. Yeah. So, but yeah, they're starting to play ball more, and they're having control. Those controllers will work with your cell phone.
But what you think is it because?
Right?
Do you think it's because of the lawsuit that's going on right now, or is it just because they we finally
Which
see the
one?
win?
Which lawsuit that Apple's involved in that you're talking about? 'Cause
You know
there's
the
multiple
epic,
lawsuits
the
that-
epic lawsuit. You know with the Fortnite and the 30% and all that. Is they just trying to make developers or people see like, oh, we can play nice.
I feel like they've been able to do that the whole time. They just never do. You know what I mean? Apple could.
They want to be different. They want to be innovative. They want to make their own mark on the world, and that's what drives me insane. That's why I feel like Apple drops the ball all the time. I can't take anything seriously. Like they just launched their version of the gaming platform for Apple, and it's garbage. Is because the freaking Apple has to be so innovative, and it sucks.
And that's the thing with Apple. Only thing with
Apple
Apple.
started about Apple.
Apple's problem is simply, hey, we see this cup. We like this cup. This is now an eye cup. We reinvented it. It's now black.
Yeah, pretty much, right? And that's what Apple's known for. And it seems like they're just doing the same thing now, but they're saying, "All right, you big companies, Microsoft, Sony, you guys, you know what? We got you. We're just going to build a patch into ours so people can I can see people doing this, buying a PlayStation 5 controller or an Xbox controller simply to game on their mobile device, because apparently, as much as we say that it's not a thing, apparently it's a fucking thing.
It's not a thing. I think they want it to be a thing, but it's not a thing.
See, what Apple need to do is stop playing and release the Pippin 2. That's all they need to do. Release the Pippin 2 and then call it a day. You know what?
What?
Y'all don't know about this?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
This is in y'all generation.
His face, I'm like, wait, what?
This is y'all generation. So
I
Apple,
didn't hear what you said.
My generation?
this is y'all generation. This came out in y'all generation when y'all was kids.
Explain.
All right,
Explain.
for the people in the back that don't know anything, basically, Apple released their own gaming console. It was called the Apple Pen. P-I-N-P-E-N. Apple Pippin. It's literally the only company that actually named their controller. And guess what the controller was called? Just guess it.
I don't know. What?
The Apple Jacks controller. And it literally looked like the PlayStation.
You're shitting me.
I'm
right?
not shitting
this
you.
is-
This sounds made up.
It literally looks like the concept of the PlayStation, Nintendo console combined, basically.
So you say it's P-I-N? What
It's
was it?
P-I-N-P. Oh, wait a second. Let me make sure it is. Apple.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it right now too.
Dude, I'm looking this shit up, and I'm like, this is
Pin?
not true. How did you?
Yeah,
Pin.
I think you got Ken.
No, bro. I remember because I actually looked at it because I was like, oh, Apple actually made it? Yeah.
Is this like an April Fool's thing?
Game console right here. Boom. The Apple Pen. All right, my bad. Oh yeah, it's literally P-I-N. That's all.
P-I-N?
Yeah. The Apple Pen.
Oh, Pippin. Okay. Well, there you go.
Dude,
Wait, what was it? Oh, 1996.
this is y'all.
I mean,
Dude,
I was on the Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Yeah, come on, dude.
that's
Come
exactly.
on.
This is it was a huge botch. It was a huge botch. That's what I was thinking. It was a botch. It was basically this thing only.
And it was sold for $600 back in '97.
Bro, we already know we're talking about Apple here.
Yeah, right.
A belligerent even then. That's belligerent. It released September 1st, 1996.
Okay, well, okay, it's not. He didn't get got. Okay, this was like, dude. When see people say that they have like an arsenal of gaming retro game systems, I've never seen someone be like, dude, I got the Apple Pippin.
You know why? Because it's
What?
Because it only sold like 42,000 units in that 1 year.
I want to look it up on eBay. I want to see how much this thing goes for, man. I don't even know if it's existing. Like, I feel like it's
Dude,
like
it only
rare
like
Pokemon card or some shit.
Like legit, this thing only lasted 1 year on the gaming market, so it's going to be very hard to actually get one.
I wonder how much it's going for.
Then I wonder.
Dude, I want to know because I've never even heard of this thing before, dude. And that's sad because I consider myself a gamer.
Let me jump in here. Let us know in the chat if you have heard of the Apple Pippin, if you have played the Apple Pippin, if you own an Apple Pippin.
I see one.
I want to play this thing.
I see a few of them.
Basically, it didn't take off really because developers how developers saw Apple. They saw how developers now see what Stadia. They're like, ooh, we don't know about this. And also, you kind of asking for a lot of royalties for using your consoles. And basically, the development kits was complete garbage. So they kind of like, you know what, whatever. It was not as powerful as the PlayStation turned out to be.
I mean,
and then two, the only people who really made games were for people who made like education games. Basically, what Apple what this console had controversy was like the same thing what Microsoft had with Xbox One. You know how it literally did too many things?
Yeah. That
was its problem.
Okay, and that makes perfect sense. And I'm looking at these on eBay, and they're going for it's like one for pre-owned $500. They're all from Japan, though, it seems. And some of them are outrageous. Yeah, some of them are like a lot of them. A majority of them are for Japan, but like I'm looking at it like with one controller and the console itself, $500. Even some of them are going for like I mean, this is ridiculous. They're like wanting $1,500. Somebody just
well, if they only made 42,000 of them, I mean that could be. I mean, hell, dude, I look at my collectible stuff. That would be dope to add to my collection of collectibles that I have.
Yeah.
I got consoles.
I mean, I got it. That makes perfect sense. But I'm still blown away. But like Apple,
even a
has,
thing.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Apple has never been in the gaming realm. At least I believed until just recently. Yeah. And now to know that they tried a long time ago and failed and pulled out of that, and dude, that's actually this is a learning lesson in my time. It's very seldom do I be like, damn, that stuff's fake. But now,
so yeah, basically now they that's why they found their niche market was in mobile. Mobile gaming was basically it.
That's why we got K Savage on the group, man. He pulls stuff like that out because honestly, I would have known, dude. That's awesome.
I have no idea. That's like the kid. So speaking of Black Kid. Speaking of cancel. Speaking of our generation, White Kid, do you remember the Nintendo Virtual Boy?
Yes, I do.
You remember the Nintendo Virtual Boy? That was. Yes. I wonder how much that went for whenever it first came out. Because I think I want to say that was probably around the same time as this. Have you ever heard of the Virtual Boy?
Of course. See, that console was a complete seizure fest. Literally only black and red, and things moving in slow motion. I don't understand. Well, that was the first time of VR.
It really was, and they had that Wario game that was pretty fun. So the Virtual Boy by Nintendo was released in '95 and discontinued in '96, but it sold 770,000 copies. So it was out for a year, just like the Pippin was, and
just dropped.
It just quadrupled. I mean, it just murdered.
So yeah, you make a great point, and this has happened throughout the history of gaming. I mean, people try to do stuff and fail, but I feel like they try to get to niche communities or try to be too innovative with something too soon, or they just try to do too much with it. And I feel like Google Stadia is a prime example of that. Apple, in my opinion, I feel like Apple will never. And you can mark my words, and I will admit when I'm wrong if it ever happens, but I don't think I'll ever be wrong. Apple will never get a huge chunk out of the gaming market, in my opinion.
Oh no.
The ship has sailed a long time ago, and for them to try to enter in this game this late in the game, it's just, and not to mention how like
I don't know.
their software, so it's so tough to integrate with to begin with. Like, I just don't see it going. I don't see them getting into the gaming world, period, unless they find out something like one day that Apple's like, we're going to be just like Windows, and it's going to be compatible basically with everything, with USB for everything. You know, like, I don't see that ever happening. But whatever.
Well,
What can I say? But I don't know. Dude,
well, I can definitely tell. What?
No, I was just going to say, I was going to talk about something completely different, and I was going to change the topic, but if you want to say something, Kenny,
go ahead.
I mean, say it, because
I was going to go segue off right now. Go ahead, brother.
No. So, Ken, last episode of the podcast, I had to rub it in your face that The Last of Us Part 2 is the most rewarded, or won the most awards of all time.
Yeah, well, I still think it's fake news, but, you know, it is what it is.
It's not fake news. You can look it up.
Still fake news.
It is my favorite game.
It's from Google. It's fake.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. Now, so The Last of Us, someone just recently posted a small little thing that they found out in the game, and I didn't even know this even existed. So, in a Reddit forum, of course it's on Reddit, an individual put a video of Ellie shooting an enemy, and in midair she can catch a bullet when it's like when she shoots somebody, a bullet will come out of the guy's like gun or hand, and she's able to snag it out of the midair by pressing up on the D-pad really quickly. Like it happens really quickly. You have to be really quick with it, but you can pull a bullet out of the air and put it in your backpack really quick.
I think that's a bug.
Like no one's ever done that. Like no one's ever not no one. Some people have figured that out, but most of the people are kind of shocked that it's ever like they never said that they can do that, but everyone's going nuts from this
knowing Naughty Dog, I think that's more of a bug, not a feature. I think that's more of a bug.
No, but so like Naughty Dog is like they always put like integral details into their games.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it isn't. I'm not saying that it's not a bug, but I'm saying that is like really interesting. I play this game a lot, 2 times through, if I want to be accurate. It's so sad when I talk about how much time I said 293 hours in Warhammer at the beginning of the podcast. Now I'm saying that I've played The Last of Us Part 2 the whole way through twice. Like, the hell is wrong with me, man? Yeah, and I played through Cyberpunk 0 times because I'm done with that game. Anyway, no, I'm saying that they always try to pull in some intricate parts of the game that really make you enjoy the game and different things that people catch every once in a while. They took them forever. They put an Easter egg of Uncharted in the first one took people forever to figure it out. Yeah. I think somebody that was developing the game had to actually come out and say, hey guys, just guess what? There's an Easter egg of Uncharted in this game. And they're like, oh shit, there is. So, I mean, they really put details in there that you just gotta be really have to pay attention to see all the time. But I mean, like, that's awesome. I love when games are like that because it makes the game a little more exciting, man. Because you have to really pay attention sometimes to really catch those little intricate details they put into that game.
I like it too. So with this, my bad. But hey, so with this, so you can catch a bullet, you can put it in your backpack. Does that just give you one more round towards your?
Oh yeah, and bullets are extremely hard to find in the game. I don't know if you've ever played the game itself, but like bullets are very valuable. So getting that one bullet out of midair is actually really.
This actually kind of this might prove my point, but is it like fully animated? Is it like she actually like catch it, or is it like some weird like hand glitch type of catch?
So I'm playing the video right now, and you can see it. It's on the Reddit. It's like all over the place, and it flashes on the screen that you can press up and grab it. So like it's built in there that you can do this, but it's for a split second, so you have to be really quick to see it and to act on it. So I'm saying it's built there. So to go back on what you're saying, I guess about it being a bug, I don't think it's possible because they have
an
that
actual icon.
Yeah, it shows up quickly. Like I'm talking about a split second.
Well, then how about this?
See in a split second.
Well, then how about this? Knowing that and knowing that feature, will that kind of break the immersion of the game for you then?
No.
I mean,
I think it will.
I mean, if you think about it, but if you think about it though, in this how they set up the world, how everybody is vulnerable, you know, you can die any moment type of feel they got, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, I'm out of bullets. You know, that's just not, a part of the world,
He's just dying right now. No, I feel like it's a great part of the game, to be honest. You know that no one's gonna want to sit over a dead body and actually root through them and stuff. To be able to grab like a bullet really quickly and just go on with the days, it's fun in my eyes. I understand what you're saying. They want to make it realistic, and grabbing a bullet emitter is not so realistic and gets you out of the immersion. But honestly, it's such a small detail. It doesn't bother me one bit.
I mean, I'll have it more option if she can just yeet the gun at somebody's forehead, real quick. That'd be more fun, like, oh shit.
Fun, but
punch, give me a gun, Did
you never play The Last of Us?
Not to.
Oh, okay.
I played Last of Us.
That's if you haven't played that.
I don't have a PlayStation no more, so I can't play it. Now, I mean, like I said,
basically for that game.
I'm not going to give my full judgment on the game. Like I said, never played it, so I can't really give my full judgment. But what I heard and what I read and what I kind of read into the story wise, I don't like it. But of course, I'm going to buy it. As soon as I get my PS5, I'm going to actually play it and see for myself.
Yeah, it's going to suck you in. You're not going to be able to put it down.
I can tell you this right now. I will give a full apology if I do like this game. If I like this game, I will give.
There's no way around. There's no way around you not liking this game.
The story, it's just the story, man. It gets you. I'm telling you, if you don't cry, you have no soul.
I mean, I already sold that shit like a year ago. I tried to buy Destiny 2.
Your soul? You're talking about you sold your soul?
I sold a long time ago. I think I owe the devil like $2 more.
Your soul wasn't enough. I need $2 more.
He's like, hey, bro, this thing is cheaper than I thought it was.
It's the job done there, Max. It really doesn't matter. I mean, whatever you're gonna sell your soul for is fine. But no, I mean, I just thought it was a little
that's awesome,
cool thing to see. I mean, it's just something you don't get to see. It's what I'm trying to say is this game being out for so long. I mean, for them to just be like now, kind of like seeing that now, I think it's kind of cool.
There we go. Put my headphones on backwards this whole damn time. I like that Naughty Dog does that. I like that they're. I'm hoping to see this spin-off that they're gonna do. Not spin-off, but they're making a series of The Last of Us, but they're making a movie of The Last of Us.
They're making a TV show out of The Last of Us,
right?
Yes.
And you're in White Kid. You're not sure how you're feeling about it, right?
I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna like it, but it is what it is. Like last episode of the podcast, I feel like they've overdone the zombie kind of like
apocalypse theme.
Yeah, I'm kind of like over it already. And as much as I love that feel of the story of Ellie and Joel for The Last of Us, I don't know how it's gonna translate in a series. Like I'm excited about it because I have to because I like the story. So, but I just don't feel like I'm gonna get into it. I got tired of the Walking Dead. I stopped watching after season 4 or 5 or something. And I just like, all right, I get it. Zombies everywhere. I get it. Fighting people everywhere. Constant danger. I get it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're right. I feel you. No, can't hit on it.
Speaking of
constant danger.
Constant
danger.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
We also want to give another sponsor out. This part of the episode is sponsored by the Rad Gaming Podcast YouTube channel. So if you don't know, if you're hearing this on the audio from the comic book section, we do have a YouTube channel. Please come look at us, our YouTube channel, see our beautiful, beautiful faces. And also our...
And Max's rad setup.
Exactly.
Yeah, come check out my setup. Tell me what you think. Leave comments, concerns, anything you think I can add. I have a lot of other stuff that I can add up in here. So.
Especially that wall right there in the corner. We probably want to get some fan mail going on if we can't get that going.
Yeah, if we can get some fan mail coming in, I'll post the fan mail stuff over here. We'll actually have a spot where we'll give shout outs and features and whatnot.
And also, our also sponsor is, please check us out on our Rad Gaming Instagram channel. Please look that up. We will be posting a lot more on that channel soon. Please just watch us right there. Just show us some love. Just see what we're doing.
And there's a Twitter.
There's a Twitter now. We out here tweet. We tweet out in here now. Please.
I'm not gonna lie. There may or may not be a picture of a morse on our channel, and what a morse is, if you don't know, because I don't like the word centaur. I think centaur's poop. A morse. I was playing Red Dead Redemption with a man. I was doing a bounty, and he is built into the horse. He's half man, half horse, so I call him a morse. I don't want to call him a centaur.
So can't call him a centaur.
So
I
technically,
don't want to call him a centaur.
so
I want him to be a morse.
So officially, we canceled the word. We just canceled the word on our show.
Centaur, you gotta say Morse.
So we now do a morse.
Form?
A manly ass horse. That's what morse is.
I don't like the word Morse. I'm gonna call him a horn.
It's a man horse. A morse. How's that complicated? It's a morse.
It's a horseman. It's a horn.
A horse.
I like Morse better. I'm gonna stick with Morse, but please,
right there on our Instagram, please let us know, or on this YouTube channel, what do y'all prefer? I don't know how to spell either or, and I'm not going to, because I didn't went to college. Speaking of college, did y'all know that EA is bringing back the sports? Bringing back college football?
No, I did not know that, and the reason being, I'm probably going to be out of this discussion. I really do apologize. I don't like sports games that much. I don't find them fun.
Why is that, Ken?
I don't know, because I play video games to escape realism.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
And football, I'll play. I have some Madden games. I do. I've had some NHL games which I thoroughly enjoy, but I find myself playing more games that I get immersed into. Is what I do. What's that?
I was to say Indiana Jones isn't real. Don't come through and hit me for that.
No, it's not real. I'm just saying the realm of a paleontologist or an archaeologist going through and trying to
I feel what you're saying.
solve. Yeah, it's different. You know what I'm saying, but.
So I'm more of a casual gamer on sports games. I don't buy every title.
There you go.
I will buy I'll skip a year or two just to play them. But I just like to play. I just like to pretend that I am that guy. I am like the god on the team, and just that's worth money.
NFL 2K.
Speaking of that, we're going to talk about this a little bit more about this. But for right now, I think the main reason why I'm excited about this football game, and hopefully EA kind of got the way that they can do this. This is actually putting money in this should put money in the colleges and those players' pockets.
Unless they continue doing what we were talking about earlier, which is not allowed. But you said a player got suspended for having money sent to him so he could buy his girlfriend tickets to the game.
See, that's the thing about the NCAA. They are very strict, and they got some really crummy rules for their players. That's why I was surprised that EA is allowed to actually do this now. So either
That's actually why I wore my Oklahoma shirt today, because I knew it would get brought up.
See, that's my thing though, because now I'm actually kind of spectacal about this. Is either
Skeptical?
Whatever the hell the word is. I ain't went to college. Basically, my thought process.
NCAA. No, I'm just kidding.
So,
Same woman's killer. I love it. Go on. Sorry, I'll bring it back up.
So, my thing is it like EA worked out a deal that they can actually give those players money, or is it they made a deal with the NCAA? Like, hey, they're not allowed to make money off of this.
You know damn well that they're not going to touch the players, dude.
That's the thing. Because that was the main reason why they got to quit the game now. That's because the players was getting money, or not getting a lot of money, but they was getting money, and the NCAA was like, no.
Yeah,
but do you know how lucrative that game was in general in the past? Just because a lot of people love college football. A lot of people love college football. And what I'm saying is, it's not going to go anywhere. So I guarantee they made a deal. They had to make a deal with the NCAA and say, hey, listen, players won't get any money. You get all the money. We want to make this game.
Yeah, they know it'll buy. Honestly, I'll tell you, I will probably buy this game when it comes out.
So it just come out this year?
They just announced it.
Yeah, but it says the near future.
So, okay, here's a theory, and this could be completely wrong.
I'm assuming next year's college season.
Yeah.
Well, here's a theory, and I think it's because the NCAA missed out a ton of money this year because of COVID.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that they're just like, you know what? Let's tell EA we'll make that deal with them because they're hurting for money right now. So like, you know what? We'll make that deal. We'll let them do a game. They'll pay us a ton of money to do it, and then we'll make money off that. Help make some
Have
money.
y'all noticed though? Have y'all noticed EA kind of changed their ways a little bit? Have you noticed that? Like they're giving people what they want. Have you noticed that lately?
Are they though?
I mean, they bring back a sports title. They bring back a sports title that's really loved. They also
make they're letting another company make Star Wars.
They're giving up a little bit.
I mean, it's Lucasfilms. That's their doing, isn't it? I mean, they tagged into Ubisoft.
I know, but yeah, but they're like doing a lot more. I can't remember what was that. I can't remember what was that actual EA Star Wars game, but they actually did a really good job on it, and they said that they were not going to do nothing else with it. But then it's like, oh yeah, we're going to do more stuff due to y'all said, yeah, y'all pretty good. Like, you notice that EA is starting to change. Is it because of...
They need to listen to the people if they want to, you know what I mean? If the people say, hey, we love EA, we want X, Y, and Z, and EA says, okay, let's see if we can make it happen.
But then, but EA kind of follows the stock market. If the stock market says otherwise, they're going to do it. They don't really care what the fans do. They know they're going to buy it. So my thing is it because, like, you see, like, GameStop is kind of getting run by fans now? Is it, like, more fans are owning the actual company and it's working out, or what? What do you think is going on at EA?
They had so many drop titles is what happened with EA. They had to change something. So, for example, Anthem.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Anthem?
I played it.
It was a highly anticipated game. That game looked so cool, but they dropped the ball on it. They didn't do a good job on it.
How long? We were waiting like 3 years for that game to come out, and it just...
I remember the first day when I played it, because I was like, I literally finished building my PC. And I was like, okay, let me go play Anthem. And I was like, the game like literally was in slow motion. And I was like,
right,
that's not normal.
I'm just saying, like, they've been coasting for so long on titles, like all the sports titles, and they've been doing Battlefield. And yeah, Battlefield has been fun for me. I love Battlefield because it's not Call of Duty. There's more dimensions than just running around and shooting people. You can bring a tank into battle and whatnot, but I digress. I mean, it's the same stuff from you. You don't expect anything crazy from them. The story-driven games aren't there. Star Wars, what's it, Jedi Fallen Order? Like, picked it up. It was fun. Like, I didn't mind it. It was pretty fun. But like I'm saying, like they dropped the ball so many times with all their stuff. I mean, I feel like it's either they change now or they're just going to be lost in the sea of newly found studios. Like I don't see them being keeping their head above water too much longer if they continue to do this crap. I mean, there's tons of other better studios out there that are wheeling a deal. And look at Bethesda; they signed a deal with Microsoft. I mean, like there's so many things going down right now. So many titles are being snatched up. So many things like Ubisoft signed a
speaking of that
with EA.
Yeah, because speaking of that, what if that's what they're trying to do? What if they're just trying to make themselves look more valuable? That we can make good content, so Sony or Microsoft be like, hey, we to take you then.
That's exactly what I think they're trying to do. I mean, it's either that or people are getting huge deals. I mean, because of the things that they've amazing games they produced and yeah, I think every major company is trying to buy up big companies to get people excited about because let's be honest, consoles are being lost over time. More people are switching to PC gaming, and then there's more cloud gaming coming along. So what are they going to turn to? Mostly PC. I mean, kind of just stuck. So I'm just saying, like, if EA starts to step up their game, pull off some really awesome games. I mean, obviously they want to make some better games, but I feel like it's.
I'm pulling it up just to see kind of how and this is from EA's website itself. Yesterday they posted that they're actually going to be launching Apex Legends on the Nintendo Switch. That's going to be March 9th this year. Yeah. They're talking about how they actually did pretty well their third quarter of last year. How they're getting back into college football games. I mean, yeah, it looks like they have a lot of stuff. They're giving parental controls now to parents when it comes to the EA Sports games.
Swear, that's their moneymaker.
And that's, I mean, it's just, and the list goes on and on and on. And this is all from the last couple of months. So yeah, they are really stepping up their game.
So, only thing I need for EA, only thing they're going to take I'm like, you know what, I trust EA again. If they literally make a Need for Speed game, like either Most Wanted, Need Underground, if they bust out an Underground 3.
I can't really see it. I got the Most Wanted poster back here.
So yeah, if they bust out an Underground 3 and it's like fire, and they can actually get the Frost engine to actually not suck, trust me, I'll be wearing EA merch all the time. I be sitting here at EA Sports in the game up in here. But I'll be an advocate. I'll be EA Sports. It's in the game. Or EA Games Challenge everything. I'll be all up in here.
Yeah, it's in the game. I remember that. It's good times. My uncle actually was a designer for. He worked for EA. He used to put together like the finishing touches on the posters that would come out. He did Hot Pursuit 2. I know he did some of the Lord of the Rings games. And he would. I wish I still had them. I might somewhere, but he would bring me the actual like posters from EA in California where he's like, yeah, I worked on this, here you go. I might have those posters someplace, but yeah, man, I'm hoping EA really does turn it around and we get to see some really cool stuff going forward from them. I'm pretty excited, but I wanted to throw it back your way, Pescador. He mentioned something that I know you wanted to talk about, and that's a little bit of some stock market, a little bit
Oh man, you're talking about. I mean, if you haven't been living under a rock, I mean, I guess you can kind of talk about GameStop stocks. And there was a really interesting article I actually read about a 20-year-old kid named Hunter from Minnesota, I believe. I'm not looking at the article right in my face, but I got do it off of memory. So
There you go.
he ended up selling some of his stocks from GameStop, and he made enough money to buy was it 6 Nintendo Switches, but they're lights. I saw that. I saw the image of them. In the article it said Nintendo Switches, so I'm thinking this guy's a baller. He got the Switches. He's going to give them to these to the Children's Hospital. Yes, Nintendo Switch Lite, and I wonder how that's going to work with COVID. So
Lights all the motherfuckers down.
I'm just wondering, but it's not I digress. So the point is that he spent some of his earnings and he donated these Nintendo Switch Lites to a children's hospital in Minnesota, which is awesome in my opinion. It's huge.
Yeah,
I mean, that's cool.
That just really goes to the power of the players, like Nintendo used to say, right? Like
Wrong.
It was Nintendo. Power of the
No,
players.
it's GameStop.
GameStop, brother.
Oh, my bad.
Woo!
Whatever. Nintendo power. What? I saw something. Oh, I was looking at this earlier.
Nintendo Power. That's what you heard.
That was their magazine. Either way, what I'm saying is that this is a gamer. This is a gamer who loves gaming to the point that he wants other people to experience what we all experience through playing video games. And yeah, I think it's an awesome story, and I was really glad that you brought it up because I saw it too when I was doing some research for the podcast. Yeah, man, it's just really cool that he did that. And
Not only
I don't know
that,
it's light but not lights. So.
I mean, not only that, man, that's a huge tax cut right there. You getting back
right off, bro.
You be like, hey, bro, I donated some money. You like, I need that check back.
I mean,
that's how the rich stay rich, man. Tax write-offs, man, right there.
The whole thing is we don't know how much he made, and not that I'm taking away from it.
In the article, it says that he still has 50 stocks of GameStop still left. So
Well,
I know it was at $88. He's at $88 last time I checked, which was about like an hour before the podcast started. So, I mean, still got that money. Depending on where he bought it, I mean, he could have bought this a long time ago. He could be swimming in money. I remember like GameStop was at like a really cheap like price, like $5-10 somewhere in there. So he could be pretty well off by having 50 stocks still left. But
yeah,
regardless,
that's really cool that he did that. But I also wanted to talk about the stocks a little bit as well. So not only have they fallen completely back off, and they are back down to, like you said,
normal levels.
Right now, yeah, $88. Robinhood, if you guys, I don't know if you guys do any investing, but that website where you can invest, they're actually going under a lawsuit now because of the way that they handled all of their stocks and the way that they handled all of this, and so.
Oh yeah, because
I want to see how that plays out, man.
Because I know
I'm curious to see what happens too.
Yeah, because like for legit, I actually do have the Robinhood app. I didn't put no money in it yet, but literally, I'll be getting daily updates like, "Hey, here's the reason why we did it," and they be like, let's crack that back. All right, so this is how we was going to do it, but this is why. And they're like, okay, but then this is why we should have did this and that. I'm like, hey, you don't need to explain nothing to me. All I know is I better get my damn 25 cents. You know? Oh.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see how that plays out, man.
I mean, we signed a contract, and I'm not standing up for freaking Robin Hood, dude. I'm not. That's what they did was, in my opinion, like, I don't even want to get into it. I wasn't happy with their decision on how they handled that whole situation.
Yeah, no, not at all.
We did sign a contract. I have not read the contract. I don't know what's in the contract, but I'm sure that they have.
They're legally fine. Yeah, they legally can do what they did.
I believe that they could. I'm not 100% sure. You'll have to go through the contract. I'm not going to read that contract because I really don't care enough. But I feel like that since we signed this contract legally, we did sign this contract. It's sucky as it is. We signed the contract that states that I think it's in there. It says that they're able to do whatever they want with stocks. They can hold a stock for a certain reason if they feel like there is some kind of incorrect practice or some kind of falsehood with these stocks. So I don't know. I want to see what they claim. I want to see what the evidence is put against them. I want to see all this. I really want to see how this shapes out. So I'm
right there with you. I'm really curious as well. Hey, let us know in the chat anywhere that you follow us. I want to know if you made a lot of money in your stocks, if you lost a lot of money in your stocks, if you were part of the group that was one of the front waves that was like, "Yo, let's buy GameStop
Wall Street bets."
Yeah,
like, I want to know, man. I want to know, like, I want to talk to someone who is actually
like
really
in the money now.
Life changed because they were avid gamers. They
donate some Switches, man.
Word, donate some Switches here
for them, and it did. So yeah, definitely leave comments. I want to know. I want to talk to people about it.
Now, speaking of lots of money, have you know that Sony has sold so far 4.5 million PS5s last year?
4.5?
Yes.
Less. And what does that equate to money-wise, since you're talking about money?
Oh, man. Tell me.
Shoot.
Come on now, don't just
you already looking probably, let's see.
Well, I can give it to you. What's the average cost of what's the average cost?
Average cost of PS5 for...
You guys got this. You guys know. You work in retail. You got this.
Shit, I don't know. Like I said, then I went to college, so the math don't add up.
eBay's got one for $789 right here.
But that's not.
That's not.
New Age got one for $1,070.
So import wise, we don't know because import on different places, you know, there's taxes. But in general, profits looking about we're probably looking about maybe $1600 million. We're probably looking around that part. Probably somewhere around that ballpark, maybe.
Not even the billion. I'm just curious.
I mean, we're talking probably like converting money from. I can't remember what Japan's currency is. Yen.
Is that yen? Are you sure?
I don't know.
I don't know. Remember, I think it's. I don't know. Anyway, I know what you're saying, but
yeah, that's crazy, and like that's not only.
I was right.
Okay, see, I didn't know. I wasn't sure. But yeah,
so that's
so
like that's crazy, especially how like liquid gold this console is. It's like you can't really get it, and yet they sold like 4.5 million.
That means that there's 4.5 million people out there with it. There's just, you know,
or someone just bought them all up with bots and try to sell them. Man.
Exactly.
Like you just said, you saw it on eBay for what? How much?
$1,000, 1,000 new age.
Exactly. I guarantee there's probably like a couple thousand that aren't even touched by people yet. I'm sure they're just sitting on eBay waiting to be sold because people can't get their hands on them. So,
well, this is. I want to rival you a little bit there, Black Kid. It says on Venture Beat, some game thing 12 hours ago. They posted that Sony is actually selling PlayStation 5. Is selling PlayStation hardware at a loss. It looks like are they losing money on every console that they sell?
Of course, most likely. That's probably true. Because you know why? Because that's usually what they kind of do. They kind of price cut to see what they stay competitive. That's what Microsoft did with the Xbox 360. That's what Sony did with PlayStation 3. They always do that. That's not really newsworthy to me. They usually make their money the second, the third year. That's usually when they actually start making profit. They always sell the consoles off for a loss. So it ain't surprising.
The digital only version is going to be $400, and it costs them about $460 to $490 to make each console. So yeah, it won't be until they start getting their sponsors paying them back and then making their money off of that and start seeing a profit.
But here's the thing, though. That's not their form of. That's like. But here's the thing. With these consoles manufacturers, the console itself, they don't give a shit about the money. That's not. They don't really care about. They care about is getting it to people's hands, because what they're making their money off of is the subscriptions, the PSNs, the gold, the 360, all that. That's what they care about. That profit that they're losing is going to make up in the subscriptions. So really when Sony is saying, "Oh yeah, we're taking a loss on this," they're not. I mean, right now they're probably their pockets probably get hurting a little bit harder than usual due to not all of those 4.5 million is actually active users. But definitely they're going to make it up as soon as they can actually get those consoles in people's hands. As soon as they get their people's hands, their stock is going to go whoop.
I know, right?
Nothing but the stock.
Sony stock. I wonder what Sony stock is right now.
Jeez, oh man, you're all about the stocks, but okay, I'll since we're talking about yen, and I know you're talking about that, and talking about Chinese currency too. I want to make a segue over to actually this Chinese RPG game called Tales of Immortal. It's a game that just hit the Steam market. It's been there just for less than a week, and it already gathered I think it was 124,000 concurrent players, which is insane. So this new game just hit, and it's like being streamed like no other, and it's a different style of game. It's a 2D RPG kind of game. Obviously,
top down perspective. Top down perspective. So like. It looks like an an MMO look, like a top down perspective. But yeah, it's pretty dope. I actually like it. I'm thinking about buying it. Of course, like I said, money funny. But the cool thing about this, it gives me really like an Asian version of World of Warcraft. It kind of gives me like that type of vibe here. When I'm looking at the trailer, it's pretty cool, especially
World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
World of Warcraft already Asian?
No, don't ever make that mistake again.
Savage. That's why I call him the K Savage, bro.
K Savage. I think he needs his card back.
I gave it to him, dude. He can have it. Here it comes.
Yes, court battle, won again. Can never keep a good dog down.
No, you can't.
Well, I'm excited to see this game. You said, are you gonna pick it up, White Ken?
I don't know if it's my type of game, and the reason being is just because that it's still early access.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of want to see, it got really positive reviews on Steam. I think it was last time I looked, it was 15,000 some people reviewed this game, giving it great reviews and whatnot. I don't like 2D games. I don't get, like I said, I play it for the immersion, and I feel immersed into it. I like, RPGs, but I might give it a shot. I don't know. It's tough because 2D is still it's tough to get into.
I think the only thing that's probably going to really affect this game is not supported in English, though.
Yes, and I was going to bring that part up. I was like, I don't know, because everything's even the name in Steam is in Chinese. So I tried to look up Tales of Immortals on Steam, and I couldn't find the game. So what I'm saying is this game is very interesting for people that enjoy that type of culture. I know some of my friends really enjoy the Asian culture. They will be immersed in this game. Sure. But I just not. I just can't for myself. I want to try. I want to see what it's all about because everyone's raving and raving about it. Sure, I can give it a shot and see what happens. But this type of game really isn't my type of game.
I feel you. And teach their own.
Yeah.
I'll watch some trailers on it and see what I think. It sounds like, cause I don't know if I pulled it up right now, but it sounds like it looks like the old Xenogear on PlayStation. Do you guys remember that game?
I cannot confirm, to be honest.
Yeah, let me look it up. Hold on. What's this game called again? Into the Immortal?
So I'm going to let you
Tales of
know
Immortal?
that you're not going to find this. I'm just going to give you the name.
It's in Chinese.
It's like completely in that character. So you can go look in the Discord real quick in the message, and you can look that up that way. Hopefully I don't...
What did you say it's called, Whitekin?
It's called Tale of Immortal. That's what it's called. But if you try to look it up, you can look it up in Google. You can Google it because it'll actually show up. But if you try to look it on Steam, you won't be able to find it. I tried and I was like, what the heck can I find this? And I had to actually click in an article that took me to that exact spot in Steam because I didn't know that I was looking for that. So
But
it's really interesting.
speaking of, this is not a sponsor, by the way. They did not pay us to talk about this. This just simply we just find it interesting. Which also we'll let you know that it is also on sale right now for $17.99. That's pretty good. Well, once again, not a sponsor.
Oh, dope. Yeah, this game looks like flames, dude.
I know, it's actually pretty cool.
Like I said,
It looks really good.
I'd like to give it a shot. I don't know. 2D in this time and age kind of like gets me unimmersed, but I guess that makes me. Well, I did love Mario back in the day, the side scroller, 2D side scroller. I mean, I'm cool with those kind of games, but I don't know. I gotta see. I gotta get into it. I gotta understand the plot, the characters and stuff. It's very tough.
Oh. Yeah, I feel you. I'm like
story.
It reminds me of the older games from like back when it reminds me of like when PC games were first starting to come around and they were starting to add stuff to like Treasure Island and what was the other game? What was it? God, Crusader Without a Cause. You guys ever heard that game?
Yeah, I heard that
Back
one.
in the day? Yeah, Crusader Without a Cause. It reminds me of that with kind of like Xenogear, which was another RPG on PlayStation graphic. This looks cool, man. This seems like something that I would like to dive into on PC.
Dude, told you PC's where it's at, man. Gotta get in there.
In English. I think the downfall for this whole game is going to be it's in Japanese.
Ooh.
I don't read or write or
Chinese.
Is that Chinese?
Damn, canceled again. Damn it, cancel. Bam.
It's a language that I don't read, write, or understand. So
Yeah, and it says simplified Chinese is the language that is in, and English it says is not supported. So if you're gonna pick this game up, I'd recommend you knowing something that we don't because I don't know how to speak simplified Chinese. So
you get your phone out and you go to that app. You go to Google
I will be damned. Do a cutscene and just.
Select what you need to, and then you go about what you're doing. When it pops up, pull your phone up. It's a process, but at least we'll get through the game.
Well, here's some games that we actually can have in English. This is my little update for y'all. So of course it's a new month, and if you down with subscriptions, you obviously know that means new free games for this month. Well, I'm gonna run down some things for y'all just to let y'all know what's free for this month. Just so y'all can, buy some games. I know times is rough, so I might as well get some free things while we try to pay for things. For the Xbox camp, basically, what now for Xbox Gold? What you're getting for free this month will be Resident Evil. Looks like the first one. The first
Resident Evil.
Let's go.
That's awesome.
You also getting this other game called Damn, should have went to college. Danria Trails of They picked the weirdest damn name for people that don't go to college. This shit's terrible. But this looks like a really good
Apparently, you're getting Resident Evil and gonorrhea this week from this month from
Danorrhea. I don't know this a name start with a D with trails of. Also, we're getting Gears 5, and also you might actually like this, Pastador.
Gears 5. I'm gonna put that.
Oh no, not this one. The next one, Indiana Jones, the experience, and the Emperor's Tomb.
One from 2000.
Yeah, for the original Xbox. That's free for this month.
What?
Yes, sir.
Resident Evil, Gears 5, Indiana Jones.
And gonorrhea.
And I'm looking for that other one. I'm looking for the Donorrhea game or whatever the fuck you called it.
Danorrhea.
I don't see that other game you're talking about.
I refuse to look it up because I like the way you pronounce it. It's great. No, but is Indiana Jones?
Dead Rising?
No.
Oh man, no. I'm
Dead Rising.
Let me. Dari. Shit, I don't know, and I'm very.
What the hell?
You do.
I don't understand, man. I'm seeing the game right here. It says now available.
Dora, can I? God damn, what's his name? Dora.
Dora? The Explorer? Shit.
Dandara.
That one didn't pop up.
D-N-D-A-R-A. Dandara. Gears 5 is what I'm excited about.
Never gonna play it now.
I forgot about that Indiana Jones game, dude. I forgot about it.
It's saying on mine that we got Dead Rising 2 for free on Xbox.
I don't know. It could be. But
And also we got Lost Planets 2. That's also the other game for Xbox.
Oh, man.
See,
okay, well,
just because of the name, obviously we're counting Danara out of this. We're not worrying about this game at all. They picked the worst name ever. Never gonna play that game.
So you're gonna roll Tales of Immortal because we can't speak Chinese?
Exactly. I don't understand.
On a scale of 1 to even, I just can't. Oh my god.
So in the PlayStation category, what we getting for the PS5? PS5 only get one game this for PS5, like meant for PS5. We get one game. It's actually one of their launch titles called Destruction of All Stars. And then also we're getting another game called Control. That's basically got the which you have that free update for PS5. So you also technically getting two. And then we got one game that's really specifically for the PlayStation 4 only. Really, it's called Concrete Genius. Genes, my bad. Shit, I swear to God. I need to go to college. I'm taking online classes literally tonight.
I'm not even looking at these games because I'm just letting it go. I refuse, but I got you.
But yeah, basically, yeah, that will be your lineup for PlayStation and Xbox. And if you do have Amazon Prime, if you don't know about this, you definitely need to get on this. But Amazon do have their own little thing. They're giving you free games.
Tons of free games.
Like literally, this month here, you're getting 8 free games. From Amazon. Amazon Prime.
Yeah, they own Twitch Prime.
How do you?
Well, they own Twitch.
So if you already have a Prime account and you just want the free games, go literally on Twitch. Okay. And then there's going to be something that says, Twitch Prime.
Crown.
Oh, Crown?
There's a crown on the top right. If you have the Twitch app on your computer, which is possible because Windows 10 supports Twitch, the Twitch app, there's a crown that will show up in the top right of your corner. And the very first part of it says, visit the Prime Gaming loot page. You can click on that. It'll take you to the Prime Gaming loot page, which you can link your account from Twitch to it. And then there's a list of a ton, and I mean an absolute ton of games. And you get a ton of add-ons too, and a ton of things like League of Legends. You get tons of skins and 30% off of the Lamont revolver for Red Dead Online, and all this stuff. You get a ton of things. So if you don't know about that, man, you've been missing out for months.
I have missed out. You remember, I'm a console gamer, so this doesn't seem like in the console world this helps me out a whole lot.
Well, this is the good thing about that, though. You can literally just claim them. As soon as you claim them, they're yours.
You can so like if you have Red Dead on PlayStation, like you can link your account to this, and then you get the benefits of Twitch or Amazon Prime through your linked account. So right now, you're looking at Red Dead Online. You get an extra $1,000 on it, and a whole bunch of other stuff and cosmetic things and stuff like that. So if you link it, you get all that stuff, man, for free.
Also, not a sponsor.
Jump right into that then.
But yeah, they definitely have some really good games for this thing. They have Spinach, they have Stealth Bastard Deluxe, Monster Prom, huh?
I so far you're good, but I don't think you should be reading. I think you're going to start butchering these things.
You know what?
I don't trust you.
Guess what?
Gotta say, M Savage, dude, he's coming in hot with those insults, man.
I don't even care. First of all, I don't care if I can read. I just can't say the goddamn bitch. Anyway, my mouth just don't work.
I think we're gonna take it at that then. So a lot of free games on Amazon Prime. If you didn't know, go check that out. Yo, man, final remarks, guys. I think we did it.
We're gonna hit this one more shameless plug. Please follow us on anywhere, everywhere. We on Twitch. Actually, soon. We on Twitch soon. But right now,
follow it.
No. But yeah, please follow us right there on our Twitter, our Instagram, our TikTok. TikTok coming soon. We got some cool things coming there on that very soon. We also, please check us out on our YouTube channel. Once again, thank you, the comic section, for this opportunity. I'm basically down with my plugs.
Discord gaming community. If you want to get immersed in whatever game you're playing, and say you're like K Savage down there and you do not like to play online games because online games are not fun to play unless you have a friend, we have an awesome community of people that play games, tons of games, all different kinds of games. So if you're looking for a friend to play a game, you're more than likely going to find them on our Discord channel. So please hop into our Discord.
All links are going to be in the description.
On our YouTube channel.
Yes, on our YouTube channel. And
links in the description below.
Try to have that on. Also, get some of the links on our Instagram as well at the Rad Gaming Podcast. We will make sure that happens. Besides that, Max, please roll us out.
This has been another episode of the Rad Gaming Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Insane Superhero. With me, as always, has been K Savage, the black guy you know, and Pescador.
Yeah, I lost to K Savage this episode.
You lost it this time, but maybe you can get it back next time. Follow us, like they said, on all of them: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Discord. Come check us out. And on a scale from 1 to rad, stay rad.